Today is the extraordinary beginning of a new era. My name is Jared, and I dream about Lao every day. As to the night, however, I dream about other things, and I think last night I dreamt about being in a recording studio in Greenland. Now, wasn't that fantastic? Okay, so conversations continue. This time about occupations. And we will savor these and remember them for a long time. Okay, enough with that voice. Okay, so what work do you do?
เจ้าเหตุการณ์หยัง
Jiao he gang yang. Okay, what work do you do? I am a volunteer.
ค่อยเป็นอาสาสมัคร
Okay, try that again.
ค่อยเป็นอาสาสมัคร
Goi pen asasamak is I am a volunteer. So, Goi pen asasamak is I am a volunteer. What agency do you work with?
เจ้าเฮ็ดนำองค์การใด
Okay, now everything seems to be getting harder. Jahet nam okandai is what agency do you work with? I work with the GICA.
ค่อยเฮ็ดนำองค์การใจกล้า
Okay, well they call it JCA probably. So, Jahet nam okanjeka. Let's see if I got that.
ค่อยเฮ็ดนำองค์การใจกล้า
Okay. Okay. Also a reflection from yesterday during a commute. I downloaded from Voice of America International Radios the Burmese podcast as well as a Lao podcast, even though I don't speak either of those languages significantly well. Now, very interestingly, one thing I have noticed is that I think Lao is actually spoken a lot more slowly than Burmese is, and I think a lot of the distinct syllables, as shown here, are, well, more distinct than they are in Burmese, and so I think that listening comprehension is going to come easier in this language than many others in the region. Okay. You are a teacher, right?
เจ้าเป็นครูสอนแม่นบ่
Okay. Okay. There's no way.
เจ้าเป็นครูสอนแม่นบ่
Okay. Chao ben kuso menpo. You are a teacher, right? Okay. No, I am not a teacher. I am a student.
บ่ค่อยบ่ได้เป็นครูสอนค่อยเป็นนักเรียน
Okay. Bo koi boda ben kuso koi ben nakyan means no, I'm not a teacher. I am a student. Okay. Conversation 3. Occupations. Do you work for the government?
เจ้าเหตุการณ์น้ำรัดบ่
Okay. Do you work for the document? Do I work for the document? Somebody cannot talk today. Do you work for the government? No, I do not work for the government. I do not work for the document. But very interestingly, if you are an American and living abroad, that's actually a question that you'll get surprisingly often in a lot of many different places. Okay, so no, I work for a business.
บ่ค่อยเฮ็ดการนำบริษัท
Okay. Bo koi het na bolisat. Okay, try that again. Boy.
บ่ค่อยเฮ็ดการนำบริษัท
Very well. Bo koi het na bolisat. No, I work for a business. What business?
บริษัทใด
Bolisat dai. Okay, so dai would mean and be like what sort of or what. And then you put that, I've noticed the question words in Lao go at the end of the sentence. Like, you said what? Like that. Okay, Lao Tour Company.
บริษัทท่องเที่ยวลาว
Okay, Bolisat Dong Tiao Lao is Lao Tour Company. Okay. I think that it'll take me a while to memorize a lot of this, and certainly I've noticed that the difficulty is getting significantly harder. Okay, I'll do the vocabulary, and then I will conclude.
วินิเซฟ
UNICEF, and that's UNICEF.
นักท่องเที่ยว
Now Dong Tio, and that's a tourist.
ท่องเที่ยว
Dong Tio, and so comparing Nak Dong Tio to Dong Tio, so Nak is more like somebody who does action X, a bit like ER in English, like moderator, like that. Okay, and this means diplomat.
นักการทูต
Nakantut, and that's diplomat. Embassy is
สถานทูต
Satantut, and that's embassy.
ทหาร
Tahan, and soldier.
ตำรวจ
Tamluat, a policeman.
ชาวนา
Sauna, farmer.
นักธุรกิจ
Napulaki, and that's no, try that again. Natulaki, and that's businessman.
ญี่ปุ่น
Nippon, Japan. People have probably seen like Nippon, like Nippon, probably, for example, on electronics labelings or what have you. Obviously, Nippon is a Laotian version of what Japanese would call their own country, although I think in Japanese it's actually pronounced like Nihon, which I believe means source of the sun, hence, of course, their flag. Anyhow, meanwhile, back in Lao,
นักเรียน
Natien, Nakien, and that's student.
ใจกล้า
Jaika, and that's whatever that is.
นางพยาบาล
Nampayaban, and Nampayaban is nurse.
พานหมอ
Danmo, and that's an MD holder.
หมอ
Mo is a doctor.
พนักงาน
Panagan, and that's an employee.
ครูสอน
Huson is a teacher.
รัฐ
Lat, and that's government.
เหตุการณ์
Hitkan, and that's work. I'm not certain if that's to work. So Hitkan is like to work or to do work, I would gather.
กระทรวงศึกษาธิการ
What? Kasun Siksatikan, Ministry of Education.
กระทรวง
Kasuang, and that's ministry.
บ่ได้เป็น
Bodaipen is to not or to not be.
ได้
Dai, and that's to can.
บริษัท
Bodhisat is a company.
อาสาสมัคร
Asa Samat, and that's a volunteer.
ออสเตรเลีย
Australia, Australia. Okay, so reflections. I think that I'm getting a little bit rusty on the tones, and I think that probably for future episodes I'm going to probably need a lot more funny stories because I feel that I haven't been including a significant amount of them. However, this time I'll actually give it to you. If you know any funny story about anything about Southeast Asia or even further afield, go ahead and write it in the comments. I'm really looking forward to reading your stories. So until then, this is Jared letting you know that sometimes your personality may feel a little bit weak or hindered on some days, but just simply give it time, give it a good meal, give it some good time with friends, and your personality will come back. Have a good one. See you next time.